I was always faithful. For 10 years I was the perfect wife. Dinner ready, house clean, affection at the end of the day. The kind of woman who dreamed of romantic getaways, kisses in the rain and cuddles on the couch. But over time, I started to disappear. My name is Clara, I'm 34, and not long ago the worst thing I had ever done was sneak chocolate in the middle of the night. But then I met Daniel, my personal trainer. It all began when my husband, Raphael, started coming home later and later. Meetings. Business trips. Phone calls at midnight. Me. I'd hear "we'll talk later," or "I'm tired, Clara. Please understand." One day I looked in the mirror and barely recognized the woman staring back. Said, worn out. Forgotten. So I made a decision. I joined a gym. Not to lose weight but to remind myself that I still existed. And that's where I met him. Daniel. Blue eyes, a chiseled body, a confident smile. But it was his gaze that shook me. He looked at me like he saw me. Really saw me. "You've got potential," he said, guiding my posture during squats. His hand rested on my waist. Firm. The touch lingered, just a second longer than it should have. And I felt it. In the days that followed he kept complimenting me. "You see this progress? That's all you. Strong women like you are rare." And I was starving for attention. I clung to every word like air. My heart raced whenever his name popped up on my phone, confirming our next session. Then one day, he invited me for a private workout. Sunday morning. Just the two of us. "The gym will be empty," he said. "More focus, more attention." I knew what that meant. And I went anyway. I showed up nervous, in new tight leggings I hadn't dared to wear in years. He was already there, sweaty, wearing a shirt that clung to every muscle. The way he smiled when he saw me. The workout was intense. But not just physically. While stretching me, he held my leg gently, his face inches from mine. "You're shaking," he whispered. "It's the stretch," I lied. "No," he said, his voice low. "It's the desire." And then he kissed me. It was wrong. So wrong. But my body screamed yes while my guilt whispered no. After that, we started meeting in secret. Once, twice a week. Always at the gym, in that quiet corner of the functional area. Sometimes it was just kissing. Other times, it was much more. But it wasn't just about sex. Daniel listened to me. Made me laugh. Made me feel beautiful again. For the first time in years I felt like a woman. Not just a wife or a ghost in my own home. I knew it couldn't last. But I didn't stop. Then one random Wednesday everything fell apart. I was laughing with Daniel mid-session. He had his hands on my waist helping me squat. Too close. Too comfortable. Then I heard it. "Clara." My blood turned to ice. I turned around. Standing at the door. In a suit. Frozen in place. "I came to surprise you." "Lunch," he said, voice hollow. I tried to explain, to move away from Daniel, but the look on Raphael's face. It was all too clear. He left. I chased after him, but he was already driving away. That night he didn't come home. The next day either. When he finally called, his voice was calm. Too calm. "Do you love him?" he asked. And I didn't know what to say. As the truth was, I didn't know how I felt anymore. Was it love? Lust? Desperation? All I knew was that someone finally saw me. Raphael asked for a divorce. He said betrayal was something he couldn't forgive. And I didn't fight it. I cried. I blamed myself. I hated myself. Slowly, I forgave myself. Daniel wanted to keep seeing me. He even suggested something serious. But the more time passed, the more I realized, it wasn't really about him. It was about the version of me I was becoming. Today I'm alone. But not lonely. I still work out, but on my own. I moved to a new place. I started an online business selling women's fashion. I look in the mirror and I see myself again, strong, vibrant, whole. Daniel was the spark. But I was the fire. And Raphael? Well, maybe if he had seen me back then things would be different. But now I've seen myself. And I'll never disappear again. If you've ever felt invisible in your relationship, maybe it's time to look at yourself differently. Click the link in the description and take the first step toward reclaiming your self-worth and confidence. You deserve more. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.